Checking on chat, he could see that many people were amazed at what they talked about. It seemed like many of the viewers currently watching them were new adventurers, gaining advice related to the profession they were now entering. They commented how impressed they were and how they hoped to reach a similar level. A few comments asked questions about their own situation and how long it'd take until they could fight against forest cats. Many of the new adventurers were impatient about their progress. They kept asking if there are any tricks to getting stronger. There's no trick. You just have to keep working at it each day. James smiled understandingly. He knew what it was like first starting out in something and feel like little to no progress was being made. At first, you'll struggle with the weaker monsters, but if you keep taking requests from the guild, eventually you'll gain strength. Remember, the key to growing stronger isn't to defeat monsters. It's about generating money to increase how much food you take in. This is why a lot of adventurers do live streaming related content, James explained to chat. Snorting, Maya said, "Yeah, you can be one of those women that just lay around in skimpy outfits." Turning his head slightly, James said, "I mean, compared to my current situation, I wouldn't mind relaxing on the beach." Not finding James's comment to be humorous, Maya poked him with the needle. Wincing, James turned his attention to chat. Though those adventurers can generate a decent amount of guild points, the problem comes up where you lack the necessary experience to defend yourself. But that's only if your goal is to explore outside the underground cities, James said. He looked at the screen to see what types of comments were coming in. Many viewers did understand why people would want to leave the underground cities. They talked about all the benefits, a few even living in areas outside the guild inside the city area. This made a few more experienced adventurers criticize such a mindset, talking about their duty to reclaim the world from the monsters that stole it from them. Seeing chat become so active with the debate, James grinned. "What do you think about leaving the underground city at some point?" James asked Maya. He could feel the thread passing through his skin as Maya proceeded with patching him up. It was a slightly weird sensation, but something he had grown accustomed to. "Though I understand the reason why we should leave the underground cities, I sometimes wonder if there's any point to doing such a thing," Maya sighed. "I mean, we've been living inside this place for how long? Sometimes I feel like this simulation is the actual world. Like, there's no reason why we need to leave the underground city. I mean, we don't even know what is outside in the world." She pointed out something that many adventurers and residents of the underground cities thought about. He noticed that many in the chat were happy that Maya felt the same as they did. There were also messages trying to explain to Maya why they need to explore the world outside the walls of the underground cities. Reading the messages and interacting with chat was a good distraction while Maya stitched up his back and shoulders. With where they were positioned, stitching his back and shoulders would have been slightly tricky. It was much easier to have Maya do the work. "At least your scars should be less visible," Maya patted James on his back. Understanding that meant that Maya was finished, James raised a hand to reach for the needle. He could now deal with his stomach. Going into James's pack, Maya grabbed a pouch filled with the waking leaves. She took a leaf and placed it inside her mouth. Then, Maya selected another to give to James. The leaf was soon held in front of James's mouth. Opening his mouth and accepting the leaf, James chewed on it. Even with just a few chews, there was already a rush of energy that helped offset the pain. The energy inside the leaf was also accepted by his body, which was in the process of healing itself.